Okay, just going to do a quick... I need air. Just going to do a quick record and then say, so all of these arseholes that thought they were entitled to get involved, just remember, when they've gone on this tangent of, but we're trying to help, and I'm there going, but you're not helping, you're hindering. You're causing me damages because you're repeating wrong information. And they just continue to do this since I was lied about in 2015. Those same people, which are extremely toxic people towards me, their attitude has been nothing but damaging, not helping, hindering, extremely hindering, and extremely damaging towards me, my character, my credibility. And I've specifically asked since 2015 for it to stop. Seriously, in 2015, I actually was very specific to my own family. So my own mother, who I'm not even close to, who came at me with wrong information, I said, that's not true. Here's a copy of my bank statement. To my own twin sister, who wanted to describe my twin sister, my mother's sisters, feed of control freak, narcissistic, toxic behavior. That's what they are. They are control freaks. So, which I don't know why they've got nothing to be control freaks are. They don't know their ass from their elbow. And they teach their daughters to be the same. My twin sister is exactly like our mother, Carol, and my mother's younger sister, Marianne, who goes off on a tantrum and interferes in other people's lives. They're very interfering, extremely interfering people, and cause damage. And then they walk off, go, well, I don't know what you're going to do. You've got all this mess to clean up. And it's like, yes, mess that you caused. You caused it, and I'm left to clear it up. They do this all the time. My mother's good at it. My auntie, Marianne Mihowski, is good at it. Their other sister, Robin Childs, although she plays the, oh, I'm neutral, I don't get involved. Bullshit. I can still remember back in 2003 when she got involved. And there was a massive big fight out at Nans in Kerry Road. So, yeah. And she lied to me then. Seriously, this just tells you. I can go back to 2003. There was a massive, huge fight between my nan Lola, her daughters Marianne Mihowski, Robin Childs, and her son Denny Purdy. And I'm in the city living, and I finish work, and I get this phone call. I've got to come out there to, because I was always getting dragged into it. So I meet Robin Childs in Main Street, Blacktown, at Bo's Chinese restaurant to have a long soup, and she tells me this big. Well, I believed her at first until Nan told me it was rubbish. So Robin's like, this is what happened, Justin, and she had me convinced. And I thought, so this is where the tables really start. Well, actually, tables really started to turn probably back in the year 2000 when my grandfather, Reginald George Purdy, told me what he felt. But well, I'm there, and Robin's telling me all this information, what the chain of event that happened. And I was defending her. So I went back to Nan. So after getting Robin's side of the story, spoke to Nan, and Nan said, shut up. That's not what happened at all, Justin. Don't blame Denny for this. I'll tell you exactly what was said, because Denny was sticking up for me. That's what Lola said. And I was like, right. She goes, shut up. Because I was speaking to Nan. She goes, shut up. Well, Robin told you is a lie. This is what happened. Don't blame Denny. Because I was there going, did Denny do this? Like, I'm going off my head about Denny. And Nan's like, shut up. Robin lied to you. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Okay? Because Denny was sticking up for me, Justin. And that's what happened. So Denny was sticking up for his mother, my Nan Lola. And I was like, oh, fuck this. So we just basically sat for an hour and a half at Bo's. You blatantly lied, because my Nan doesn't lie. You blatantly lied and told me a big bullshit cock and bull story. And I'm sitting there, like, after Nan told me what actually really happened, I was sitting there, this back in 2002, thinking back to exactly what Reg, my grandfather, told me back in the year 2000. I thought, oh, that's fucking it. That's it. You know what? I thought Pop was just on his high horse tantrum in the year 2000, bitching about Robin and her children. I was like, nah, fuck this shit. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Now, they can't help themselves but to cause trouble and damage as long as they're not the ones blamed for it. Because what they do, they come in like a swarm of entitled pieces of shit women. They come in, they cause damage, and they walk away, and they walk away going, oh, look at the mess they've made of their life. I'm like, yeah, no. There was no trouble until you came in and caused the trouble. There was no issues until you came in with your narcissistic, control freak nature and caused the issues. there's that. So let's talk about everyone else who was toxic and caused trouble in my life. Stephanie DeSalis. Stephanie DeSalis, who was told in 2006 to fuck off and never show your face again after a series of bizarre stalking, harassment with delusional fantasies events from Stephanie, somebody who was never a friend of mine, who barely knows me. I met her in late 2004. I was getting a coffee one day and I was introduced to her. That's it. Getting a coffee at a coffee shop, was introduced to her. By July 2005, after a series of weird events and her turning up to my partner John Cabino's restaurant and causing a scene, I did avoid running into her to stop her following me around, because I kept laughing it off, saying she's a crazy fag hag. My partner at the time, John Cabino, said, no, she's insane. She's got delusional fantasies about you and she's stalking you. Stop laughing about this. You don't know her. You can't see her for what she is. That's what he said. So there's someone else that's toxic that just got away with this behaviour since 2015 and police didn't arrest her. Yeah, like they should have arrested her. So this happened. So by July 2005, I avoided her to tell her when, so she was still a complete stranger in 2006, which was told, fuck off and don't ever show your face again, I'll call the cops on you. And she was. Nothing to do with her. She did try to turn up a couple of times. Then in 2015, I found out she's been stalking my social media. Not just my social media. She has been stalking anybody she saw a photo of me with. So she stalked my family, my acquaintances, found out my hairdresser, my mechanic. So, well, actually not my current mechanic, an ex-mechanic that I used many years ago back when I was with John Cabino. So, I used to use John's brother, Ciro, and then when Ciro moved back to Italy, I found another mechanic, which was Andrew Palamo. Don't really know him, but I used to do what my grandfather Reg did. So anybody who ever had dealings with business, like mechanics and so forth, Pop used to always go around at Christmas and Easter and wish them, Happy Easter and a Merry Christmas. It's just a learned behaviour pattern as I grew up. Like Pop, used to always go to places like he'd get his car fixed and go, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, or I hope you have a Happy Easter. That's the way he was. So I still used to just drop past an old mechanics every so often, but I had a new mechanic. So I only knew Andrew Palamo during the period I was with John Cabino. Very small period. Not long at all. And that was after, not even the full time, because that was after John's brother Ciro moved back to Italy, because before that, John's brother Ciro was my mechanic. And then before that, Sam Severino was my mechanic. So another mechanic that was Ashfield way, Canterbury way I used to use. I used him for years. Sam Severino, I haven't seen him but since 2005. Sam Severino, I haven't seen since 2005, but that was my other mechanic. So, so anyway, get off the subject, but so that's how the type of person I was. So this Stephanie DeSalis starts stalking anybody. So she saw me with a mechanic. She starts stalking this mechanic online. Okay. She saw me with family members. I mean, mind you, my mother's deadbeat sister's daughter, Christy Childs, made Stephanie DeSalis her newfound best friend. I'm like, but she's a stalker. She doesn't know me. So in 2015, she pops her head up again, and it wasn't a nice polite. She was surfing social media, and there was some big bullshit that was going on through social media. And I told everyone, butt out. And like, everyone's like, there was this slander about me across social media. I'm like, well, I'm ignoring it. Seriously, I'm like, butt out. It's not true. I've ignored it. So mind your own business and butt out. Stephanie DeSalis pops up. She goes, oh, I'm just defending this Brett guy and this other guy's spirit. I'm like, I don't care. What are you even doing still stalking my social media? Like, basically you were told in 2006 to fuck off. John and I was going to call the police on you. So there's someone else that's toxic and stalked and harassed me and got away with it. Deb Mears from Marriott Street in Tamworth was told to fuck off. I played a prank on her at the Hub in 2017 after this Deb Mears stalked, harassed, pried into my life, came into my apartment building with the intent to monitor surveillance and pry and try to get me involved in her pyramid scheme that she talked with me about, because it is a pyramid scheme, her and Divya Darling at the Hub on William Street in King's Cross. So I thought, let's play a big of a prank here on this Deb Mears. So anchor, you dickhead. That was acting. Michael Long is another person who I called the police on. Somebody who doesn't know me from Borough Soap, but seemed to attack my life with information that related to, well, they projected information related to my mum's sister, the deadbeat one, Robin, her son, Shane Childs, his behaviour, and my mum's stepson, Daniel Rackley. So my mum's second husband, Mark Rackley, his son from his first marriage, they both used to affiliate with some Freemason nursing home called Moonby House in Tamworth, Mark and Daniel Rackley. And this Michael Long, who's, funny enough, from Tamworth, started projecting information to do with them onto me, thinking it was related to me. And I'm like, this is weird. So I called the police and said, what's going on here? This is intimidation. It's harassment, intimidation. They did nothing. Nothing with the harassment and intimidation. The same thing was done to my hairdresser, who kept trying to get involved. I'm like, you're my hairdresser, butt out. You know, if you want information related to me, like, you get it from me, but you don't try and gather information about me because you are only my hairdresser. Like, there's only, seriously, it's like if you go down the road and buy your groceries, the person you buy, you might have a conversation with while you're getting your groceries, but the entitlement ends there. I'm sorry, you're paid for a service. I'm getting a haircut and treatment. You don't have a right to know anything about me. That's your hairdresser. So that's Belinda Jeffries. So all these people that actually started involved, all these toxic people that were, you know, they pried into my life, that you wouldn't say they're close friends. I mean, I did just hang out with Belinda Jeffries. That's right. And her other, and Anthony Timmer. I knew Anthony Timmer first and met Belinda Jeffries. I was looking for a new hairdresser. When I got back from New York and Mexico, when I changed hairdressers, I used to always use Franca at New Hair and Beauty or Anthony at Oak Hairdressing, and I was happened to bring it up to Anthony Tuma, who I used to hang around with, and he goes, oh, I've got a hairdresser for you, Belinda Jeffries, go see her for haircut and treatment. That's how, and that was in late 2013. Now, this shit, it's like, okay, if you want to get to know me, then get to know me. Don't start prying and trying to break confidentiality laws and prying laws. Like, especially when there's the timeline. And especially when there was all this shit going on because I was lied about in 2015. And then especially when, like, all this crap, even back in 2013, there was information going across social media from family arguments and so forth. And I'm like, okay, don't get involved. If you want to know what's going on, then ask me. Just don't get involved. Don't try and make heads or tails or something you know nothing about. Like, don't look at a situation and go, for example, people I used to work with go, oh, but I've met Justin's mother or I've met Justin's half-sister, so he must be close to them. No, I'm not. So the sister that my mother had with her second marriage, no, I'm not close to them. Used to be closer, well, I'm actually, you know, I spend more social time with my dad than I do my mother. And the difference is my dad wouldn't just turn up uninvited. So there's a difference. So my mother shows up at places and makes herself known, and everyone thinks, oh, they must, because she just turns up. It's like, no, my mother just does this. She turns up when she's not wanted and we're not even talking. And she turns up with the daughter she had from her second marriage, when I'm actually closer to the daughter that my dad had with his second. So my younger sister on my dad's side, Sky Sheridan Fleming. So this is the thing. When you start involving yourself, you don't know the background, don't get involved. Now, all these arseholes that have got their nose out of joint because I started getting the shits with them and put them in their place in the last 9 years, have attacked me back. It's like, you're attacking me back. But you're the one that's like has been told how many times over 9 years to butt out and mind your own business. I've asked you specifically when I've needed help with something. You wouldn't help with what, even family members, what you were specifically asked to help with, then I don't need you in my life. If you're going to be that toxic, that control freak, that narcissist, that I've turned around and said, look, I'm getting lied about. Can you ignore this? And if anything, I just need a solicitor to put a cease and desist order. I said this very specifically in 2016. I need a solicitor to put a cease and desist order on people, groups and organizations that have wrong information. So here's the correct information. Here's my documents. I need the false information corrected. These documents verified, like the information verified. That's all I need help with before this causes and costs me money and damages. Because I had all my assets, my belongings, my savings, everything I worked hard for. So before any damage was caused, I specifically asked for help. No one wanted to do anything I specifically asked for help with. Instead, they only wanted to do what they wanted. So they didn't want to help, even though my twin sister goes, but I'm just helping. It's like, no, you're hindering. You're causing me damage. You're not helping. you're causing damage, you're hindering, not helping. You're doing what you want. Okay, what you want is not what I need. What everybody was doing is what they want. That's not what I needed. I was very specific to what I needed. Okay, so you're toxic. You're a control freak, narcissist, toxic person. You're doing what you want, not what you were asked to do, which is exactly what I needed, what I was specifically asking for. So this all went on, and you can see that if it continues, it's going to cost me money. It's going to cause me damage. It's exactly what it did. 9 years worth of extreme damage, financial damage, loss of income, loss of salary, loss of assets, loss of belongings, loss of savings, you name it. The damage is massive through the gathering and spreading of false information from these unreliable sources that went on. Okay, through information that was even unrelated to me and related to my mother's ex-second husband's family. Through the behaviour of people that got involved who were told, don't get involved, you don't even know me, we're not related, I don't even let family members get involved in this. So don't get involved. Butt out. If I need your help with something, I'll be very specific to what I'm asking for help with. And that's what I was. So all these people that they've got the nose out of joke going, oh, well, Justin's like this towards us. Yeah, you're damn right I am. Because you're the one that kept going and you cost me and caused me damages. You deserve the behaviour towards me. So you deserve to. So I was looking at, there was a notice coming up on the top of the screen then while I'm doing the recording. You deserve the behaviour from me towards you. So yeah. Oh, and anyone who gets information from social media, I've been extremely specific. Love that word. In my entire life that I don't give a shit about social media. Sorry, an intelligent person gets the information from the person themselves directly. Okay, I mean, I was very anti when I found out that apparently employees get information on someone from social media. I'm like, that's insane. That's insane. You can make yourself look any way you want. So I was like, no, I'm sorry. No information from me will come from social media. And I never had a social media account within my name, so I've done this deliberately to turn around to people and they say, oh, we got it from this social media account. I'm like, what name is it under? Oh, it's under 123. The name on it, the Facebook name is 123. So you deliberately tried to search and find someone, but you couldn't get my name. Like, this is the thing. So my mother's sister, Mary Mahowski, is good at that. Should have been charged for it. So the accurate social media account that I have, no friends, no followers. Mary Mahowski is a good one. I'm doing art photography and fantastic photos. I wish I had them. The computer broke down, which I had them saved to. God, I love them. They're amazing. I actually want to put them into print. They're ones of me. So they're self-portraits, art photography. So I haven't done photography since 1996. Studied photography at TAFE College. That was, also did photography in high school, but when I went a step further and did fine arts certificate, I did photography at TAFE College in 1986 doing fine arts certificate. And that was fantastic. In 2017, I had the most amazing, and I put them in a folder called Nostalgic. My auntie Miriam Mahowski, who doesn't know her ass, she's a fat, drunken loser. Seriously, I look at them and think, you're a fucking troublemaking loser. She raised red flags because she said, oh, he looks depressed and suicidal in these photos. And I'm like, and she did. She caused trouble in 2017 for me. And I'm like, so photos that are on social media under art, so art photography, in an album called Nostalgic. She's like, yeah, what's nostalgic? I'm like, oh my God. Wow, you are so uneducated, aren't you? They are. They're not educated. So my mother's sisters are not educated. They're just dumb people. They don't even try to be knowledgeable in the world. They're just really dumb people. Really dumb. And I'm like, it's in a photo album called Nostalgic. Yeah? That's what she was talking. I'm like, yes. A photo album called Nostalgic under art photography. Well, you could have smiled in the photo is what she said. I'm like, that's insane. You are such a bigot, backwards, deadbeat loser. That cost me, let me tell you, the damages that this has now cost me over 9 years. These people are so narcissistic, toxic, control freak, pieces of shit women entitled, that they don't believe that they've done anything wrong, that they don't have to pay the damages they've just caused and cost me for 9 years. Well, I can tell you now, Australia, wake the fuck up. I'm sick of you being a backwards, bogan, ochre, bigot country. Those people who just cost me 9 years of damages, including destroying my studies, my assets, my belongings, my savings, my living home environment, my credibility, my return to work at Star Casino, losing me my salary, you're paying for it. Australia really needs to fucking wake up to itself, because I've had a gutful of this country being so backwards, bogan and bigotry.